Welcome back. I got another video real quick for the Nexus 6. This one here is Bliss Pop. I thought I actually did this one, but I looked back through and I haven't. So I'm going to go through this real quick. I did manage to not put any themes on this, so I don't have to take it back right now anyways. So we're going to get right into it. Before I get too much or too far into the video, let me put some warnings out there right away. I'm not a professional. I will not edit this video. It is what it is. You may want to shut it off right now and move on to another ROM review. I have my way of doing things, and I'm not going to change. You can still put a comment down below, but I am going to probably reply to it. Alright, let's get started. In About Phone, this is Bliss Pop. And it is Lollipop 5.1.1, and this is the 4.0.3 version. And the build date is this one here is September 30th. I am running Hell's Core kernel, and it is the 40HC B10T4 Mako hot plug version of that kernel. And I am also running the 3-minute battery bar mod, or I'm sorry, the 3-minute battery mod, as opposed to running the stock or the supplied battery that comes with the ROM. So let's go ahead. We'll go into developer options. That way you guys can see what's in there. The Attaway and your wake lock blocker is in the developer options in this ROM. Your advanced reboots here. Let's see. Pretty much everything else is standard. I do want to scroll the whole way down through it so that there's a lot of people out there that like to know exactly what is in the developer options. Those would be your Windows animation, transmission animation, and your animation duration scale. Those are something you could change if you wanted a little more performance. The Nexus 6 I think performs well enough with 3 gigs of RAM, the processor that it has in it, that I don't need to slow them down or turn them off. It does come with Super User pre-installed. That is nice. And yes, I am running multi-ROM. This is one of 5 ROMs I have on my phone right now. Let's see. Different. I don't think that's different. No. Whoops. My bad. Date and time. It's already set up. It comes with the AM PM settings as opposed to the 24-hour format. So you don't have to change any of those settings unless you want the 24-hour format. Under security, I don't see anything different on that. And notifications, I don't. Some of the ROMs put your heads up notification in that. I wanted to double check to make sure that it wasn't there. And then here's your display and lights. This would be where you would set up your adaptive brightness, which lowers your screen setting to more of an automatic, and then it sets itself by the amount of light that's hitting it. I don't use it. Then of course you have your ambient display. You can turn it on. This will notify you of any messages when you pull your phone out of your pocket or lift it up. I don't use it. It's just, for me, I would rather have the battery savings and physically look at my phone. Plus, I don't want other people seeing my notifications. And then you also have your battery lights where you can change. I don't think we can change it. Yes, you can. But you can change your battery LED notifications and your or your notification LED notifications. This is where you would do it at. And from what I'm seeing, it is working very well. I haven't had any issues with that. I actually haven't had any issues at all with this ROM. The ROM is running great. Under sounds, pretty basic. I do know that Bliss Pop has some of the better. Um, they do have some of the better ringtones and notification sounds more than any other ROM, just in my experience. And then, of course, it is on your own preferences what you consider good. But to me, I like their selection a lot better than most other ROMs. All right, now we're getting the good stuff. I didn't set up my kernel for this yet, at least I don't think so. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set it up. For those of you that may want to run this kernel with this ROM, if you want to use the Mako hot plug and you want it to work properly, that means that you will only have 2 cores running at once until the demand meets a certain threshold, which you will set, and then the other 2 will kick on, or one will kick on and then another one. You need to set it up in this fashion. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my maximum set to there. My minimum, I'm going to drop down to 35 megahertz. I'm going to leave. I want my screen off, 883. I'm going to leave the CPU governor to conservative, and that's pretty much all I'm going to touch on that. Hit apply on boot. And just so you guys know that this is Kernel Auditor. It is a free app that you can get from the Play Store. It's a very nice kernel. It's a really nice kernel auditor is what it is. It allows you to make adjustments on your kernel, and it's free. The next setting that's very important would be under CPU hot plug. You're going to go in there and you are going to the first thing you're going to do is your CPU frequency unplug limit. That is where it is going to kick in the other CPUs if you need it. I am going to set that at 2496 megahertz. Then I'm going to drop my high load counter down to 3. I am going to take the load threshold up to 90 and the max load counter to 50. The minimum time CPU online 1 and timer 1. Now you can play with these settings. These are the settings I use. I don't have any problems with it. It works the way it's supposed to. For you, you may want to tweak it and see how it works. You do have your CPU undervolting, overvolting if you want to do that. I don't mess with that. I get pretty good battery life. About the only other thing that I do would be under battery. I want my USB fast charge. And I like to take the vibration, which would be under miscellaneous controls, and drop it down to about 30. And that'll work. And I'm done. Well, I'm not done with settings. Okay. The next thing is it does come with Viper for Android. Now, I did not download the drivers, so I'm not going to be able to set this up. But it's on here, so that is a very good thing. Viper for Android is an awesome, awesome app, and I'm glad it's included. And they also have Dark Bliss. If you engage it, this is what you get. Your system settings will be a dark or black, a white on black. And if I'm not mistaken, they also have it set up with the automatic mode. And from what I can tell, it has been working. I'm not using it because I run themes, but from my friends running this very same ROM has been telling me that it works. So I'm going to turn it back on to regular because I don't want it conflicting with any of the themes that I run. Alright, now to get to what we all came here to see. Under Bliss Interface, this is where you can go crazy on the ROM. Display and animations, we're just going to go through this quickly. I want to try to make this video as short as I can. Pretty much that. The only one that I use on this is the scrolling modifiers, and I have that set where I want it right now. And this allows me to scroll through long lists or whatever pretty quickly. I like this one. But you can also you can play around with the, let me see if I can see it here. Where is it? List animation, yeah. You can turn that to, like wave if you want. And then if you go back to settings, whenever you scroll through it, let me go back to settings, you'll notice that there's a, alright, no it's not, because this isn't considered a list. Yeah, did you notice see how that is? Well, that's, now I'm gonna turn that off. I don't want this screwing up the video here, and I want to get through this quickly, so. But that's it for display and animations. You got a lot to choose from with that. Again, you have floating window. This is fairly new to Lollipop. I have been playing with it. It does work. I have it turned on for my app circle bar. So, whenever I open up an app in my app circle bar, it opens up in, let's see if I can get my app circle, well, no, it's not. But anyways, I have it set up so that when I open an app up in my circle bar, that it opens in the floating window. Heads up notification, if you want it, there it is. I don't use it. These are your lock screen options. Again, Bliss Pop is one of those ROMs that allows you to change the colors on pretty much everything. I love these kind of ROMs. Just to show you, I mean, these are colors for, I have to look. I didn't even look. Oh, for the weather. Yeah, for the weather and the lock screen. So, that's what that is for. Your navigation options. Here's where you would set up your buttons, your nav bar, your app circle if you want to use it, or your app bar, your gesture anywhere, and your slim pie. Here's your lock screen options. I guess I already said that. Sorry about that, guys, and I will not edit that out. I don't edit. Let's see. Notification drawer. These are going to be for your notifications, if I remember correctly. I just want to look here real quick. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's start from the top. Let's see. That's your quick settings. Your pull down, I have it set up for the right, so if I pull down on the right, it opens it up completely. And if you pull down from the left, it just shows notifications. And then you have your, where you can set it up for your power menu to be in the expanded status bar. Type, I have mine under panel. Customize, you can arrange the tiles, choose the tiles that you want. These are the tiles that I chose. I know I have a lot on there. And these are the tiles that I did not choose. So again, Bliss Pop's one of those ROMs that have a slew of things to choose from. And I love that. Choice in a ROM is awesome. To customize that panel, that drop down, this is where you go. There are also a way to do the colors, and I'm trying to think of where to do that at here. Let's see. I think it's on down here. Customize the notification colors. Now, here's where the background. Yes. If you set the background up, let's say I'm going to set it red, but I want it to be somewhat see-through. We're going to go like that. Now my background. See where the notifications are now? They have that reddish tint to that. And of course, the lettering is black. well, wait, let me see here. Let's see what the lettering is. But anyways, you guys can play with that and play to your heart's content. It's a great thing to have on a ROM. I love it. Um, I was just there. Here's your power menu. Bliss Pop's another one of those ROMs that have just a slew of settings to choose from to have in your power button. When you push and hold your power button, these are all the settings that are in it, which is really cool. I like that. Then you have your recent options. They actually have Omni Switch in here if you want to use it, as opposed to the your recents, and they also have your Slim Recents app panel. If you want that panel off to the side, more like the Kit Kat, it's there. You can use it. I'd rather have the Lollipop look with the whole Rolodex type thing, so I'm going to leave it the way it is. Smart control, you have your three options here. The three biggest options considered to be under the smart control is your clean recents, where you actually clean your recents tabs by shaking your phone. You can also clean your notifications by shaking your phone, or you can also set up the three-finger gesture for actually taking a screenshot. And I do have that set up, and I'll show you when we're done here. And then your status bar settings. Under clock and date, I'm going to go through this quickly just to let you see. You can color your clock. These are all of your things that you can do. You can actually change the size of it if you want, of your clock. You can go huge if you want. I kind of like mine about there. You can add a second hand to it if you want. I don't want to. And you have AM PM here somewhere, right here, normal. It's just a lot of different things. Your date format, you could, if you really wanted to clutter up your status bar, you could, go with whatever, but it's there. It's really cool. Then your battery status, I have mine hidden right now, but these are the options that you have. Again, I have mine hidden because I'm running the 3-minute battery mod, and it does come with a battery bar. Thank you, Bliss Pop team. This is a modification, or this is what I look for in a custom ROM for me personally. And then you have your temperature setting. This is something that's fairly new too. Within the last I don't know, 3 months or so, and I like this feature. This gives you the temperature, the outside temperature, whatever you have your weather set at, where you're getting your information. That displays the temperature up in your status bar for you. You can change the color if you want. Go with a yellow. It's cool. You can do whatever you want with it. Let's see. That was your temperature. You can choose what you want showing. Your super user, all that. If you want to color your Wi-Fi, and icon, here's where you would do that at, which I have mine colored. Network traffic, if you guys want to do that, how many what you're pulling in kilobytes or going out in kilobytes or whatever, you can do that. I don't. It's just too much clutter for me. There's enough crap up there right now. Here's where your carrier label would be at. If you want to have a custom carrier label, go to it. The only thing I do like to run is I like to advertise for who I'm running. If I'm running Bliss Pop, and if you guys have a logo in your ROM, I'm going to run it. I do know that is their kind of go-to color, so that's the color I'm going with for that icon up in the upper left-hand corner. And then your Bliss downloads. That's pretty much it. That's it for this ROM. I know I haven't reviewed this, at least on this phone. I wanted to go over it once. There's a lot of people out there that want to know what Bliss Pop's all about. Don't read or don't believe everything you read. There's a lot of bad press about Bliss Pop, and I'm not going to get into the all of it. But don't believe everything you read. That's all I can say. Look it up. Read up on it on Google Plus, or on the internet. Do your own search. Just don't believe everything people tell you. They have a bunch of good developers over there. I think they do an outstanding job. They back their work. So it is what it is. I think they're a good team. Um, Jesus, I went through every single theme before. I think I'll just throw. Do I have blood on here? I'm just gonna go ahead and throw steel blue on real quick. We'll go style, apply, status bar, apply, and navigation bar, apply. Home, and now look at the icons have changed in my quick settings. I kind of like that. This is what settings look like under that theme. Dialer would be, the dialer is really cool on this. That's your dialer. Contacts. I don't think Google Inbox is themed. I'm almost positive that it is not. I was lying. It is. So there's Google Inbox. Google Plus. As you can see, I just put this on. I just set it up not too long ago. That's Google Plus themed in this theme.